Electric Soup Kitchen.
Hi Marcus and Richard and anyone listening, this is Jim and I've got a story that was actually from my old neighbour Dennis from when I was growing up as a kid. Unfortunately Dennis passed away about 10 years ago because he was an old chap. Okay, I'll set the scene. Dennis was he was an old chap about late 70s, early 80s. He was very quiet, kept his head down. He was always quite polite, just sort of average old chap really. He used to do a bit of gardening and all that sort of thing. I think he was either a widow or a bachelor. I'm not sure. Dennis used to play in a kind of old folks jazz band type quartet thingy. Played a lot of gigs in Sheffield sort of area. So anyway, he told my mum this story when she was at some kind of neighbour's party one evening. There was only a few neighbours there who all got on pretty well, and one of my neighbours, Ron, he made his own wine out of potatoes. Quite bizarrely, didn't know. Maybe I've imagined that. Anyway, the wine was flowing freely, and Dennis recounted a tale where he'd been driving back from a country area near the boundaries of the city, and he'd suddenly seen a bright light in the road, pulled to a stop, and then he said his watch stopped. Well, I don't know why the fuck you'd check your watch or if you just seen a bright light in the sky, but maybe that was afterwards. But yeah, his watch stopped working, and he was aware of something hovering above him. So he got out of the car and he looked up, and the description of the spaceship actually sounds a lot like the spaceship out of Star Trek 4 that comes looking for the whales. It was kind of, he said it was kind of cigar shaped and brown with lights on it, and when he noticed it, he seemed to be aware of the fact he was looking at it, and suddenly zipped away. And he was obviously a bit shook up, but he was able to have a conversation with a lady who was parked behind him, who had also seen it, and she was very shocked by it. And he went and spoke to her for a while and calmed her down. And apparently they exchanged numbers, and he contacted her after the event, and they spoke about it a few times. So that was a story really, and I heard it when I was about 16, and it kind of blew me away because Dennis is such a kind of quiet chap, never really said boo to a goose. It didn't really seem like the sort of guy that would feel the urge to make something like that up. And it even inspired me to write the story down at school, and I actually gave it an elaborate ending where Dennis went to travel the galaxy with the aliens, which unfortunately wasn't a reality. Luckily there was no probing in the story. So that's it. Thanks very much.